Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video. We're going to talk about the new Groovy Garden collection by Ensley Cosmetics. I got this in PR late last night and I am so intrigued to be diving into this. I don't know if I've ever gotten like the full collection from Ensley before, and since I have everything here, I have 4 loose shadows, I think I have 5 single shadows, 3 lip products and the palette. I thought we'd swatch through all of it and I'd let you know how I feel about this, and you can have some like insights of this collection before it launches. So let's dive in. It all looks very pretty. Ensley is a small indie brand and I'm very lucky to be receiving these things in PR. I do really enjoy the brand and I feel like I've bought something from them myself, but I'm not 100% sure what. And I'm also still eyeing, they have a strawberry moon palette that I'm like, that looks really pretty. This whole collection is just very, very cute. As I'm filming this, don't know when this is being released. I didn't have any information in my PR box, but I will put all the info down in the description box down below. So this is the theme of the collection. It's like space and like 70s. I love the 70s and I'm just very, very inspired by this whole thing. And the full collection has this kind of theming as well. The single shadows have this beautiful sleeves with the packaging as well. Everything is just very cohesive and well thought out. Like it just looks absolutely stunning. And I know that the palettes are made in a lab, but she hand presses the single shadows. Just check her socials to see more information about that. You can save some money on Ensley by using my code Angelica in case you're shopping from them, this collection or anything else. But let's like actually dive into the collection. And should we start with the eyeshadow palette then? It looks beautiful. And first of all, this has what I want. This is like almost, and I'll explain why, my perfect neutral palette, because it is neutrals with pops of different colors, and it has greens and pinks and like some more moody like terracotta shades, and it's one row of shimmers and 2 rows of mattes, plus she is this time including some really light mattes as well, which is something that I really appreciate. I think that this looks really cute. Honestly, I'm very excited about this. I've already swatched through it and I cannot wait to do a look. And again, I don't know 100% about the cost of this palette, but I'll try and include it down below in the description box as soon as I have the information. And so there are 3 different lip products in 3 different formulas, and I've only tried one of the formulas before, which is the Rain or Shine lip gloss, and this is very, very sparkly. I will include some swatches of these on the side. The one that I'm wearing today, because this is their first lip oil, I think. I've never tried a lip oil from them, and it is an orange with some sparkle in it, and I was like, oh, an orange lip oil. This is pH changing, as you can see on my lips. This is this product. It does turn pretty pink, and since it has an orange tint, it turns into this more corally pink. Very comfortable, very balmy, very shiny, so I do like it. And there is also a lip lacquer, and this one is in a pink, and I have, as I'm filming this, I have not tried this one, but you saw in the swatches whether or not this is opaque. But oh yeah, this definitely looks like a little bit of a thicker formula, and it is more in a warmer pink. But yeah, I thought I was going for the orange, but here we are. There's also something that I have never tried from Ensley, and that is loose pigments. And I did do some swatches of these just on my fingers to show you what these are like. These are basically like the pure duochrome multichrome pigments without any binders, and they're a little airy in consistency, so you definitely need either to pat on a light layer on your eyeshadow look to finish it up, or you need to like apply them over some kind of a tacky base. Very intrigued though. I have not used a loose eyeshadow in a hot minute, and I feel like today's gonna be the day. I also showed you the beautiful packaging of the single shadows, and I put them in, I had it like an empty magnetic palette here, so I put them in here, and ooh, this is what they look like, and they're just like complementing shadows to the palette. You can buy these as singles. If you wanted to try their very nice like shimmer formula on your own, you can get them as singles. Really like this like almost fiery coral red that goes to, I think you can see here, yeah, that goes to this like almost orange yellow. That's super pretty. And if you love single shadows, Ensley does have more single shadows on their site as well. But let's dive into the palette. I am filming this on a Friday, and I promised my husband I was not gonna work on the weekend, so I only have time to film one look so that I can edit this before he comes back from work. I know that you don't really care about this, but that's the reason why I'm not doing 2 looks, because I promised him that I'm not gonna work this weekend because he actually has the weekend off as well, and we are gonna do fun stuff. We're gonna sleep in, we're gonna explore Austin, maybe we'll go to dinner. I'm very excited. So I'm doing 1 look today, and I'm thinking, I mean, I can't deny I'm really excited about these, but how about warm going into green, right? I feel like the... Let's zoom in and let's start. So I think I'm gonna start with these 2, the Good Vibes and the Earthy Ember, and don't look at my nails. I was not supposed to be filming today, okay? I was supposed to be playing hooky today and not working. That was my plan. And then this one showed up late last night, and I was like, I guess I'm working, which is fine. I mean, I did look forward to taking a long weekend, but hey, can't always get what you want. I am though very much looking forward. I'm using very little of this, by the way. I'm like literally dipping my brush in. So the reason why this isn't super opaque is because I use it very little. This is going to be my transition shade. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to having this weekend off with my husband and just like doing really fun stuff. I'm just so thrilled about that. It's just, ugh. You know, sometimes you've been working a lot and your partner's been working a lot, and then all of a sudden you realize that you have some time for each other and you can just like do something fun together. That's how I feel about this weekend, and it's gonna be absolutely lovely. I cannot wait. I'm even gonna do, I told him, well, that's what I told him that I was gonna do today when I was not like gonna work, that I was gonna do a little research of like new things that we can do in Austin. But I hope I'm still gonna have time for that today on Friday. But otherwise, we'll figure it out together on Saturday morning maybe. I do have, I guess I've already had it as you're watching this, a live with my members this weekend. So after that, I am all my husband's. All my time is for him. As you can see, I didn't really cut in this part, and you can see how nicely that blended. I'm doing the Earthy Ember now, and I'm picking up way more of that one. And I'm gonna make that one a little bit more pigmented. And I'm just using the other shade as like a little bit of a transition shade. Look at me with the brown. I've been really into mixing neutrals with colors as of late, and I've really been enjoying it. Like, I've really been thinking that it's like super nice. We'll deepen it up a little bit with the deeper one as well. I'm thinking we might do a little bit on the lower lash line too, and I kind of want to try all the colors, and maybe we'll do a little bit of this one, Marvy, just because I have this pink lip. Maybe a little bit of pink wouldn't be the worst. So I'm putting Marvy on the lower lash line, and again, we'll deepen up the outer corner. Maybe we'll use this, oh, it's called Babe. This like dark burgundy. I think that one will be really nice, and it can tie everything together because we could use it on the lower lash line, we could use it on the top lid, and it will just work with both the shades. Okay, so this is the shadow Babe. I've also been dealing, and I had that last weekend, I've been dealing with some health problems. I used to have a lot of problems with my stomach. When I was younger, they said I had like an beginning or like dormant ulcer. I don't even know. I don't even remember, because when they were talking to me, my stomach was in so much pain. Like, I would throw up, I would faint, I would have to go to the hospital to get like shots of like pain reducer, because it was just the level that I needed to have to not be like cramping for hours was just intense. So I was like in and out of the hospital a couple of times in my early 20s because of my stomach problems. But then I got it like under control, and it was no longer a problem for me, and I was able to like live with it basically. And it didn't really bother me that much. Sometimes I would feel it flare up a little bit, but more in a, oh, it's hurting a little bit, not like I have to go to the hospital hurting. And I would take a medication, but like spicy food was always the thing that like made it flare up for me. So I've been trying to avoid spicy food most of my adult life, not because I don't like it, but because like the pain is just too much to bear. Like, it's not worth it. It is just not worth it. But last week I got a flare up, and it from honestly nowhere. I haven't been eating spicy food. Another factor that like makes this worse for me is stress. But I feel like I've been doing better this year. So I don't know if it's like just the accumulation from last year. I don't know. But I had this flare up and I was just in so much pain for 6 hours. I could not stand up. I could not walk the dogs. I was like just honestly crying, screaming. Like, it was awful. Like, my dogs were worried about me. They were like sleeping in my lap because like I don't think they approved. I think Tesla thought I was like dying. But Ricardo was able to get home earlier from work so he could take care of me a bit and of course take care of the dogs. And after that, for a couple of days, I still had a tummy ache. And I don't know if you noticed in the new makeup releases that was last week, I had a tummy ache and my energy just wasn't the best. But I also don't want to be like, I don't know, I didn't feel like ready to talk about it. But sometimes your health can just affect everything that's going on in your life, and it's just so frustrating. So yeah, I'm just blending. I'm fine now, by the way. I haven't like, it took a couple of days for it to like really subside, and I had to of course catch back on some sleep because I wasn't able to sleep properly for a bit. But I'm doing better now. I haven't really felt it. I've been on some new medication. It's been okay. So like, don't worry about me, I'm doing fine. But I didn't really want to talk about it while it was going on. And because of this, we didn't really do much last weekend because I was not fit for fight. So that's why I'm hoping that this weekend we can catch up and do some fun things together. So I'm using the same Babe under my eyes too. I'm really liking how this is looking right now. And I'm gonna play with the matte green. So we have dark, light, and middle. And I'm gonna start with middle. So I'm just saying that it's called Grass, just so you know what I'm like doing. But we're starting with Grass, which is the middle shade, and I'm gonna put that just in the absolute crease and just blend it a little bit upwards. And now I'm taking the darker one, which is called Peace, and I think I'm just gonna put a little bit here just to get a little bit of depth in here. Again, I am gonna put some shimmers on the lid, so I don't care about the lid whatsoever, like not even a little bit. I'm using a little bit of Free Thinker, which is the matte light shade, and I'm just gonna lighten up this area a little bit because I want that to look lighter. I'm gonna leave the lightest green for a bit, and I want to dive into some shimmers. So I'm thinking I'm gonna start with this one, and then I'm gonna do this green one. No, this one, Retro, the green one, and I think probably Moonchild as well, but let's start with Trippy. I have a plan of like how to, we'll see. I have a plan of how to do these. So I'm gonna start with Trippy because this is like a green to a neutral, and I think that that's gonna be really good on the outer side. I am spraying it just to get like as much control as possible. So, ooh, we're putting this out here. That's really pretty. I probably did not need to spray that at all. I'm using a little bit of that darker matte just on the corner to deepen that up and to blend into the shadow. And this is Retro, which is that more grassy green, and we're putting that here. Ooh, I'm very excited about the multifacetedness of this one. And I mean, obviously you don't need to use this many shades to do a look. there's nothing that says that you have to do that. I want to use one of these shimmers, and I want to use the one that's a little pinky. This one is called Mellow, and I want to use that on the lower lash line before we do the inner corner. So it has one of those like little things that you open. And I wonder, ooh, I actually got a PR package from Refer the other day, and I think I'm gonna like dip this in here. Perfect. And I'm gonna spray the, oh, I'm getting it everywhere. I'm gonna spray it and we're gonna put it here. Wow. I mean, these loose shadows, they're messy, but they do really be giving a lot of nice, oh, that's so nice. Before I do the inner corner, I'm gonna do some white in my waterline. And I think I'm gonna do like a brown liner, or maybe a burgundy liner, some kind of liquid. I'm gonna go look through my stash. It looks a little bit more red here, but I did use some of this like dark brown, and I guess a little red got mixed in for my liner, but I think that turned out pretty good, right? Just for the outer half. I'm excited. I will try and link as much as I can down below. I'm still obsessed with this one, the Berry Pop Cheek Tour. Like, it's so good. It's literally here on my desk in front of me at all times. Loving this like glazed cheek. Ugh, so pretty. I was gonna be like, let's finish this up, but I didn't do the inner corner yet. I'm gonna do the light green, and I'm gonna mix it with this like lighter shade here. So let's start with the Sage Serenity. Loving that name. A little bit of that. And I think it is a nice light shade, but it is a little too dark for what I'm going for. So I'm doing a little bit of the Free Thinker, and I'm mixing those. You can always mix shades and get like a lighter version. Look, it just turns into this super pale. And that's why I appreciate when there is like something that is really light or something that's really dark in a palette, that you can like mix them. I'm also gonna use a little bit of this one that's called Moonchild, and it is like just this really beautiful like topper. And I think I'm just gonna pop just a little bit in the absolute inner corner, just as a little pop. And since we're doing so many different shades, we might as well. Wow, that is so pretty. Okay. So I will say it was very, very fun for me to try out some more product from Ensley and not just the eyeshadows. I have tried out one of their lip glosses from before, but I've not tried out like the loose pigments or the single shadows from before. So that was really fun for me. I still think that for me, the hero is the eyeshadow palette. I really like that this one is a little bit more versatile and a little bit more difference in like depth in this one than some of the other ones I've had. Still the same great quality, and I'm really, really enjoying that. I also hope to see some more smaller palettes from Ensley. I feel like a 12 pan from them would be just so much fun. I would really love to see that in the future. The lip oil is really nice and comfortable. Do I love something that's pH adjusting? It's not my absolute favorite, but I still think it is. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. It feels really, really comfortable. And I already know that I like this formula. Their lip gloss formula. It's a really nice formula. Although I will say this like purple to green is a little bit out there, but it's still like a fun color, and there's a bunch of you out there. Every time I mention like more fun out there colors, you're super excited. So maybe you would be excited for this like purple to green duochrome lip gloss. Just know that it's out there. I will say, out of the wild colors that you can wear on your lips, for me, I feel like a muted green is the most wearable. It's something that I really enjoy to wear. So let me know what you think about this collection down below. I hope you're having an amazing, amazing weekend, and I will see you again on Monday for a video that I have been planning and plotting for a really long time, and I hope you're really gonna enjoy it. Bye!